Yes, hello friends, welcome back, and let us continue our discussion of international relations. So I'm aware it is taking us a bit of time, but it is taking us a bit of time because we are not compromising on anything. Okay, we are not like we don't. Honestly speaking, we don't have those constrictions. Generally, if I'm working at other institutes, I have constrictions कि अभी तक ये class खत्म करना है, तभी तक करना है and all that. But now we don't have that constriction, so we have a lot of time. We don't have a lot of time, but we have the freedom to handle the time here, okay, and to make sure you get the best of the material and best of the teaching. So with that, let us begin. Let us continue our discussion of West Asia. Okay, we have done Central Asia in the last class, and now let us see the West Asia. So in West Asia, what is happening? Iran has decided to proceed with construction of rail line from your Chabahar to Zahedan, okay, without India. So this is a major news, and Chabahar is something which we have been hearing about since a long time, okay, that India also has pinned its hopes on Chabahar port, on the development of Chabahar port, and we had also formed a SPV for that, right? And it was seen as our gateway for Afghanistan and all that. But now Iran has decided to start the construction of the rail line from Chabahar to Zahedan, okay, without India. So why did this happen and what are the implications? Let us see. So in 2016 itself, like I was telling you, there was a trilateral agreement for the INSTC, for the International Transport Transit Corridor, ITTC, among India, Iran, and Afghanistan. So the transit and transportation corridor, it allows for us to reach Afghanistan through Iran, bypassing Pakistan territory. Okay, this was also asked in one prelims. In prelims 2017, I think easy question था कि चाबहार पोर्ट का most important function या most important purpose क्या था? It was this. Okay, and it complements the Zaranj-Dilaram highway, which was built in 2009. This is in Afghanistan. Okay, so basically you can see the map here. This is the Chabahar port, and बाजू में Bandar Abbas port, and from the Chabahar port, okay, here if you have Chabahar port, from Chabahar port to Tehran, and from Tehran to we want to connect with Central Asia, with Russia, with this again Turkmenistan, Tashkent and all, and most importantly to Afghanistan. Okay, Zahedan. Okay, Zahedan से हमारा रोड है. Zahedan से Zaranj Zaranj से Dilaram we have our highway. So Zahedan to Zaranj we want to connect. Okay. So now under the agreement, India has committed for developing Chabahar port and a land-based route for connecting the port to Afghanistan. Afghanistan, as you know, is landlocked. So India has signed a pact with Iran to provide requisite services for Chabahar-Zahedan railway line, which cuts down the travel time from Chabahar to Iran-Afghanistan border. Right? So in that way we are planning. We had planned. In that way we had planned. But, and also as I was telling you, an MOU was formed between the IRCON, Specialized Constructions Organized associated with the Ministry of Railways, and the CDTIC, ये Iran का है, all this we had signed. Okay, and about Chabahar port, if you see, Chabahar port is located in the Gulf of Oman, in the Sistan Balochistan province of energy-rich Iran, on Makran coast. Okay, actually, they should have given the Chabahar port diagram here, but they have not given the Chabahar port diagram. You can think somewhere it is here. Okay, somewhere near. So where is it? It is in the Gulf of Oman. In Gulf of Oman, on the Makran coast. So it is being developed by India, Iran and Afghanistan for multimodal transport, and it has a proximity with distance from Kandla port to Chabahar around 1000 kilometers and Chabahar to Mumbai around 1450 kilometers. And Chabahar has two terminals, Shahid Kalantari and Shahid Behesti. Okay, Shahid Behesti is prominently in news. It's the first phase of Chabahar Port. Okay? So Shahid basically, like I was telling you, it is being developed by India, Afghanistan, Iran under trilateral transit agreement, according to which India would be granted a 10-year lease to operate 2 terminals and 5 berths at Shahid Bayezid. And the plan was India and Iran would develop a rail network between Chabahar and Zahedan, and legal framework for transshipment of goods to Afghanistan bhi isse hoga. So why is this very important for us? Because it's our gateway, like I've told you, it's our gateway to Central Asia and Europe. There is direct connectivity bypassing Pakistan. It will be linked to international north-south transportation corridor, which would enhance India's trade up to $170 billion. Okay, presently INSTC is from Bandar Abbas port, Iran to Russia. Okay, so अगर India भी connect हो जाए, so बहुत बढ़िया. And also it can hook on to other plans like transport corridor, Europe, Caucasus, Asia, Central Asia, regional economic cooperation, and all of such things it can do. And it can also be an alternative to BRI. Okay, other Central Asian countries have shown interest, and Chabahar is the shortest opening to Indian Ocean for maritime trade. Okay, so far they are relying on Turkey, Russia, Baltic states, and China, and now they don't have to do that. There'll be some sort of diversification for them, right? So that is the Chabahar port. Next, Abraham Accord. So recently, Israel, UAE, and Bahrain, they have signed Abraham Accord and establishing formal relations between the two countries. So what has happened? UAE and Bahrain will establish embassies, exchange ambassadors, cooperate and work together with Israel for tourism, trade, healthcare, and security. So a trilateral agreement was signed between India, Israel, and UAE, along with US, which was a breakthrough agreement. And Arab nations include your Algeria, Bahrain, the entire thing, Arab nations. It's also part of your Gulf Cooperation Council, if you know. And Gulf countries are the ones which are the 7 Arab states near Persian Gulf, which are Bahrain, Kuwait, Iraq, Oman, Qatar, Saudi, and UAE. Okay, you have to remember these 7 Arab states. Just like how we have 7 sisters, there are also 7 Arab states. Iran to yaad hoga. Iran abhi tak we have been discussing. Sorry, this is Iran. Sorry, Iraq. Iran is not there as part of the Arab states. Okay, please remember. 7 Arab states mein we have Iraq, and Iraq ke south mein hi Kuwait. I hope you know the Saddam Hussein Iraq war and all was because of Kuwait only. And Saudi, the biggest Saudi, and Bahrain, Qatar, UAE, okay, Oman. And this part also is Oman. This entire part is Oman. Oman यहाँ है and ये tip भी Oman का है. ठीक है? So in that way you can remember, and you can a north-south order also you should be knowing. सबसे ऊपर Kuwait, next Bahrain, next Qatar, and UAE. Okay, सबसे नीचे Oman तो I hope you know. And here we had discussed it, the Chabahar port. And this is the Gulf of Oman, Gulf of Qatar. Okay? So KFC is like a barbecue, right? So in that way you can remember KBQU. Okay, these are your 7 Arab states, and इनको छोड़ के बाकी जो भी आपको sorry, not इनको छोड़ के, इनको include करके भी बाकी what other countries we have are your Arab nations. Okay, the Muslim countries like Algeria, Bahrain, Comoros, Djibouti, ये भी है देखो, Oman भी है, Saudi भी है, Iraq भी है. Okay, these countries are also there. And UAE has become the 3rd Arab nation to recognize Israel after Egypt and Jordan. Okay, Egypt and Jordan ने already कर लिए. अभी UAE has become the nation. And also we have seen Bahrain also. Okay, Bahrain also has signed the Abraham Accord. Okay, now UAE and Bahrain, they will establish embassies, ambassadors, cooperate with Israel in all such tourism, trade, and so on. So for a long time, there is a consensus among the Arab and Muslim majority nations that they will not end the hostility with Israel until it agrees for a deal for statehood of Palestinians, right? But now it is slowly withering away, as we can see. एंड अगर बैकग्राउंड देखा जाए सबसे पहले था हुसैन मैकमोहन करस्पॉन्डेंस, okay, which had British support of independent Arab state for Arab assistance in opposing the Ottoman Empire. Okay, मतलब if the Arab assistance can, Ottoman Empire basically Turkey का है, and we know in World War II, the World War in the World Wars, we know that Turkey was against your allied powers, right? So against Turkey or against Ottoman Empire, agar Arab will give it help, then they will get an independent Arab state. That was what Hussein McMahon correspondence was about. And later in 1917, in World War I, British captured Palestine after the Sykes-Picot Agreement with France. Later, Balfour Declaration, where Britain pledged establishment of Palestine as national home for Jews. And the British Mandate period saw a rise of immigration of Jews to Mandate of Palestine. And during the World War II, the persecution of Jews by Germany has happened. Okay, I hope all of us are aware of that. During the time of Nazi Germany, Hitler. And इससे there was a momentum for state of Jews. पहले आपने बोला था एक state हमें एक state दोगे 1917 में, अभी उसको दो. So this led to conflict between Arab and Jews. ठीक है, and finally in 1947 UN voted to split Palestine between Arab and Jews. So Jewish leadership they accepted while Arab rejected the agreement. क्योंकि अरब्स वेर लाइक हमें वो हुसैन मैकमोहन करस्पॉन्डेंस के हिसाब से चाहिए. ये आप भी जो मतलब पहले यू टोल्ड हुसैन मैकमोहन कॉन्फ्रेंस में you'll give us the Arab state, but later after the war you had your Sykes-Picot agreement, you got Palestine, and in that and later in Balfour Declaration you have told that Palestine जो है ये Jews को दो गया, right? So all these issues have happened, and consequently Arab states of Egypt, Jordan, Iraq, Lebanon, Syria, all of them they had declared the war. ठीक है, and ये map very important, ये बहुत बार prelims में आ चुका है. Okay, you can see here we have Lebanon above, this whole area of Israel, and towards the right we have Golan Heights. Okay, this prelims question was asked in 2016. Golan Heights is between which two countries? Which two countries में problem है? Israel and Syria. Okay, Syria के साथ Golan Heights में problem है. Next, Lake Tiberias, Sea of Galilee, Jordan River Valley, Jordan River, and this is the West Bank. Do you know why is this called West Bank? Because it's in the east of Israel. Why is it on the west? Why is it called West Bank? Because it's on the west bank of Jordan River. ठीक है, Jordan River के west में है इसलिए West Bank. ठीक है, Dead Sea, Jerusalem, and Israel. So the main issues, three main areas I'll tell you. Golan Heights, problem with Israel and Syria. Next, West Bank between Israel and Jordan, the problem. Next, Gaza Strip. Okay, Gaza Strip between Israel and Egypt. Okay, that's the problems. और भी places है, Haifa और Tel Aviv, Pateh Tikwa, Jerusalem, Ramallah. Ramallah is the actual capital. Okay, but Jerusalem को capital बनाना they want, right? Israel wants to make it the capital. ठीक है. So West Bank, why is West Bank in use? Because after the 6-day war, West Bank was occupied by Israel. A 6-day war between Israel and Jordan. That time both Israelis and Palestinians had asserted their rights. Palestinians live in the West Bank. They live under Israeli military rule and also limited self-rule. And also in the present West Bank, there are so many Israeli settlements and unauthorized settlements. Okay? So Israel won the war and expanded the territory by reducing Palestine to just Gaza Strip and West Bank. Okay, it was the beginning of this Palestine refugee crisis, which led to creation of PLO, Palestinian Liberation Organization. Okay, under Yasir Malik. And after a series of war, 1956, 1967, 1973. 1967 is 6-day war. 1973 is Yom Kippur War between Israel and Arab states. And in 1993, finally, they had signed the Oslo Accord, जिससे था कि Israel will provide Palestinian self-government in West Bank and Gaza Strip. but later Israel backtracked and they did not give them the free country, and it was further complicated because एक तो वेस्ट बैंक में you have told Oslo Accords में you have told Oslo Accords we have seen with our Jordan, right? Mainly Jordan. Okay, with Jordan and all, they had signed the West Bank, and they had told that West Bank and West Bank and Golan Heights जो है, it will come under your Palestine. Okay, West Bank and Gaza Strip. West Bank and Gaza Strip, they'll come under your Palestinians. You can stay आराम से. But they backtrack, and यहाँ पे settlements रख रहे हैं लोग. क्यों रखना है? You see, 132 Israeli settlements है. ठीक है, and issue was further complemented by the settlements. In 2011, they launched a diplomatic campaign for gaining full membership in UN for State of Palestine. Okay, same year it was mentioned into UNESCO, and Palestine want to become a independent nation. ठीक है, on the whole हमें जो भी मैंने सर्कल किया वो important है. ठीक है, हुसैन मैकमोहन, साइक्स-पिकोट, बाल्फोर डिक्लेरेशन, एंड ये मैप में गोलन हाइट्स, वेस्ट बैंक, गाजा स्ट्रिप. ठीक है, देन अकॉर्ड्स, 6 Day वॉर, यॉम किपर वॉर, ऑस्लो अकॉर्ड्स. Okay, some more news for our West Asia. Wadi Rum in Jordan, it's a desert far south of Jordan. It's called Valley of Moon. Okay, Wadi Rum. Next we have Bandar Abbas Port. INS Jalashwa departed from it, bringing back stranded citizens from Iran under Samudra Setu. Okay, Bandar Abbas Port of Iran. Right. Next we have Zaranj Dilaram Highway, part of India, Afghanistan, Iran transport trade corridor. Okay, this we have built, we had discussed Zaranj Dilaram. ठीक है. Next, Strait of Hormuz, it connects Persian Gulf with Gulf of Oman and the Arabian Sea. This is Strait of Hormuz, obviously. Persian Gulf with the Gulf of Oman. Next, Makran Coast, Chabahar Port we have seen वहाँ पे, Sistan Balochistan province. Next, Gwadar Port is being developed by China, and Bandar-e-Jask, it's a strategic port near Chabahar. Okay, please remember ये बहुत सारे ports है ना. यहाँ पे एक तो हमारा ग्वादार पोर्ट है. ओके, ग्वादार पोर्ट से वी हैव आवर बंदर-ए-जस्क, मकरान कोस्ट पे चाबहार पोर्ट है, फिर बंदर-ए-जस्क, बंदर-ए-अब्बास. ओके, देयर आर लॉट ऑफ पोर्ट्स. एंड अगर एग्जाम में आए शहीद बहिश्ती इज ऑब्वियसली आर चाबहार पोर्ट. ठीक है. नाउ लेट अस डिस्कस अबाउट यूएस. So the landmark thing which has happened in the last year is definitely the India-US Defense Agreement. Okay, so India and US have signed the BECA during the third round of 2+2. Not will sign, they have already signed. Okay, they have signed 2+2 India-US Ministerial Dialogue. 2+2 क्या है? We have already discussed. जहाँ पे 2 ministers यहाँ से, 2 ministers वहाँ से. So Defense External Affairs Ministers, they will discuss strategic and security interests. And India has established a 2+2 with other Quad countries like Japan and Australia. Okay, I think Australia में पढ़े थे हम already. So key highlights क्या है मीट के? BECA they have signed. BECA क्या है? It is final of 4 foundational agreements. They are the basic groundwork. And some key agreements are technical cooperation with sciences, extending arrangement of nuclear cooperation, postal services, cooperation Ayurveda and cancer research. Okay, ये सारे third agreement में they have signed. Okay, please remember. And also during COVID-19 pandemic, they have asked for the cooperation. So what are the foundational agreements in defense? 4 foundational defense agreements. अभी BECA हुआ है, but let us come from back. Okay, सबसे पहले हुआ था GSOMIA. GSOMIA is General Security of Military Information Agreement. Okay, General Security of Military Information Agreement, GSOMIA. So it was for greater intelligence sharing, and recently ISA was concluded as part of GSOMIA. So ये 2002 में ही साइन हुआ है. It is for basically exchange and protection of classified military information between US and Indian defense industries. बस यही है कि आपके पास क्या एयरक्राफ्ट से, क्या शिप्स से, क्या डिफेंस इंडस्ट्री से, इन सब पे क्लासिफाइड एग्रीमेंट दे कैन शेयर. Okay, it's exchange between the government authorities. Sorry, friends, 1 second. Okay, in that way, we had signed in 2002 itself, GSOMIA, General Security of Military Information Agreement. Next, COMCASA in 2018. Not COMCASA, second. This is first. I don't know in this order why they gave. Second was LEMOVA. So LEMOVA was signed in 2016. So LEMOVA is Logistics Exchange of Memorandum of Agreement. It gives access for designated military facilities on either side for refueling, replenishment. So 4 areas like port calls, joint exercises, training, HADR, okay, all of this, and there will be no basing of US troops or assets on Indian soil. Okay, only logistics agreement. मतलब अगर US कहीं मालाका स्ट्रेट जा रहे 1 मिनट रुक के इंडिया पे रुक के जा सकते हैं. Okay, they can replenish and all, and later it will be reimbursed also, जो cost होगा. Okay, India can access string of US facilities across the globe for logistics support. Next, in 2018, COMCASA, Communication Compatibility and Security Agreement. So actually, US का अलग-अलग countries से SISMO होता है. People get confused. COMCASA, SISMO दोनों same. Okay, SISMO is Communication Information Security. So same communication systems के लिए, so that it can be interoperable. It provides legal framework for US to part with its sensitive communication equipment and codes. It allows India to procure specialized equipment for encrypted communication. It was signed in 2018. Okay, so communication encrypted equipment के लिए COMCASA was signed. And अभी जो news में है, it is BECA, Basic Exchange and Cooperation Agreement for Geospatial Intelligence. So it shares maps, charts, commercial classified imagery, geodetic, geophysical, geomagnetic gravity data, okay, related products, publications and all. And it, most importantly, it allows India to use US's advanced geospatial intelligence and enhance accuracy of automated systems. This was signed in 2020. Alright friends, last year 2020, October 2020 it was signed. So geospatial intelligence like maps, geodetic data, gravity data and all, and most important, why have we signed this? So that now we can use US drones. ठीक है, US drones काम करने के लिए उनके maps भी चाहिए होंगे. So अभी maps मिल गए अभी. So drones we can make use of them. And another small thing had happened, US-India strategic energy partnership. So what was it? It was established way back in 2018 for energy security, power and energy efficiency, oil and gas, renewable energy, sustainable growth and all. And in 2020, there was also a summit of US-India Strategic Partnership Forum. Okay, for our PM had addressed it, for gas market, ease of doing business and all. It's a non-profit organization. ठीक है, I don't think this is very important. ये वही है, cooperation on strategic petroleum reserves, possibility of India storing oil in US SPR. Okay, अभी हमारा SPR strategic petroleum reserve we have in 3 places, Visakhapatnam, your Padur, and Visakhapatnam, Padur, Mangalore. We have 3. I mean, Visakhapatnam and Padur we have. And we are also want to develop in Bikaner and Chandigarh areas for strategic petroleum reserves so that India can have for 90 days without importing oil, right? And now they had discussed as part of this strategic energy partnership that हमारा strategic petroleum reserve जो only 38 million barrels है, US का 714 है, so वहाँ store करने के लिए we are asking it. The public-private hydrogen task force launched to help scale up technology for producing hydrogen. And energy देखा जाए, सबसे पहले we had PACE, Partnership to Advance Clean Energy, to accelerate inclusive low carbon growth, supporting research and development of clean energy, and modernizing the power systems, retrofit of air condition to improve air quality in buildings, bilateral hydrocarbon trade भी है. Okay, $9.2 billion the trade. Okay, so that is our US strategic energy program. Next, Europe. So recently 15th India European Union Summit was conducted in virtual medium, and European Union अगर देखा जाए, the entire Europe, mostly the entire Europe, except, can you see a major country missing here? या कोई country दिख रहा है आपको miss हो रहा है? Yes, UK. UK is not part of EU. Okay, it had exited through the Brexit. So in EU we have all these countries. We have roughly 27 countries. Okay, 27 countries as part of EU. All this: Croatia, Spain, Czech Republic, Luxembourg, Germany, Ireland, so on and so forth. Okay, and एक तो UK नहीं है, and also remember Switzerland भी नहीं है. Okay, Switzerland also is not part of your EU. Okay, Switzerland, UK, they are the most important countries which are not part of EU. So EU is 27 countries. It allows free trade and free movement of people to live, trade and work in whichever country they choose in Europe. Okay, Article 50 of Lisbon Treaty है, which provides exit of members from EU. For any country to come out with EU, it has to negotiate a settlement deal. And EU has its own currency, the euro, which is used by 19 of member countries. So एक देखा जाओ, जो euro use कर रहा है, that is a eurozone. Okay, and जो 27 countries है, they are EU. Right? Please have this clarity. Euro is by 19 countries, EU में 27 countries. So there are 8 countries not using EU. Okay, and they have their own parliament and other institutions. UK had joined in 1973. Related to India-EU relations, अगर देखा जाए, we have the European Union Vietnam Free Trade Agreement. What is this? So Vietnam National Assembly had ratified this free trade agreement. It's the second FTA between EU and an ASEAN country after Singapore. So it will abolish 99% of custom duties. It will eliminate bureaucratic hurdles. It's the first FTA after COVID-19. It aims to protect investors, investments and all. And the problem is, मतलब why are we studying this in relation, मतलब वियतनाम और EU के बीच में कुछ हुआ है तो हमें क्यों पढ़ना है? Because India is closely competing with Vietnam. Okay, अभी तक we wanted to do that BTI इतने देर से, तो हुआ नहीं BTI, free trade agreement है, we wanted with EU. It has not happened. So Vietnam आगे चला गया. Vietnam has signed this FTA. Okay, and similarly we have Mobilize Your City program. It's part of international initiative by French and German. It was launched at 21st COP meeting. So what is this? It is mainly for city and housing based things. Okay, it's implemented with Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. So other key holders are Ahmedabad Municipal Corporation, Kochi, Nagpur and all. It aims to empower 100 cities and 20 countries to improve urban mobility for citizens. Right? And obviously Brexit is in news. The UK and European Union have agreed for post-Brexit free trade deal. Brexit or British exit, it refers the process of withdrawal of UK from EU and European Atomic Energy Command. Okay, following a referendum in 2016, it became the first country to leave EU in Jan 2020, and after which 11-month transition period was kicked in, and finally now to है नहीं. Okay, they're not part of Brexit. They're not part of EU. India-EU का थोड़ा background. India-EU relations, they date back to 1960s, India being among the first countries to have diplomatic relations with EU. EU as a bloc is India's largest trading partner, 80 billion worth trade. Okay, and this is 11% of total Indian trade. Next, Information Fusion Center, Defense and Energy देखा जाए in IOR region. It has recently been linked up with Maritime Security Center, Horn of Africa. Okay, with EU Naval Force. And in science and technology, we have discussed this Mobilize Your City, 3 pilot projects they're doing for reducing urban transport related GHG. In India, EU has also set up Energy Panel in 2005. Okay, for EU-India Clean Energy Cooperation, India-EU Water Partnership. P2P में, we have a Civil Aviation Agreement, and CAM is Common Agenda for Migration and Mobility. Okay, CAM as Framework for Cooperation and Migration. There are over 50,000 Indian students in European universities. Okay, many of them are under EU's Erasmus Mundus scholarship program for higher education. Okay, and we have a strategic partnership with EU. Okay. So with that, I think we can wrap up the countries. Okay, countries relations we can wrap up, and now we shall see the bodies.